Minnesota Kayak Fishing Association. Hi, Grant. Today, we're going to show you how to properly measure your fish.
Alright, so the first thing you guys want to know is...
Whoa.
Hey. What are you doing, man? Well, I'm trying to do something here. Well, you're not just going to stand here and show them. Why don't we take them out on the water? Alright. Alright, we got our fish, we caught our fish. We're good to go. Now what we're going to do is I have this fish on fish grips right now, sitting in the water, lively. All I need to do is just let her sit in there. If you have a net, use your net. Let the fish sit in the water in the net while you get your stuff ready. That's the most important thing. People try to rush this all the time, and it's not a rushing game. Don't rush yourself. Alright, so I'm going to get all my stuff ready. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get my phone out, get my camera out, make sure it's in photo mode, and I'm going to set that aside. Set that in my pocket. My phone's ready to go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to this camera and give you an overhead shot of what I'm doing. What I'm going to do is I got the fish still in the water, lively, ready to go. Now I got my board out. You got your identifier here. I recommend getting one of these tags or make one yourself. Slide it on the end of the board, just like that. So now we got our board, our tag. I know the fish is not over 19 inches, so I'll leave it right there. My camera is still on photo mode on my phone. I got that set aside. Now here's a tip for you. Take your net and leave it on the left side of the board. The left side. If you can tuck it in to your chair or over the edge or whatever, just leave your net tucked in like this. Because if the fish flops off, it's going to happen, it's going to flop on this side, on the left side. So leave your net set up like that. So you got the bump board facing your left hand side. You got your tag on here. You know that's in the picture. This is an old tag. I'm just using that for now. Now we're going to get the fish out and get ready to take our pictures. So the fish is still lively, good to go. All we're going to do, place it on the board. You can have the mouth open or closed. If you want to touch the gill plate, that's fine. You're going to hold it down there, and you want the tail to lay flat, not like off the edge of the board, not like all goofy. You want it to lay nice and flat like that. Okay, you got your ID marker in there. The lip is touching. You can have your hand over the gill plate, that's fine. Just don't cover the eye. Hold it down there. Now it's ready to go. What I'm going to do is take a picture. Hold your phone up, take a picture. Some phones you can just hold it like this and use the volume up and down button. Okay, take one more. Okay, I just took 3 pictures. I'm going to put my phone back in my pocket. I'm going to take the fish, put it back on my grips or back in my net. Get it a drink of water, make sure it's healthy. Put my board away, get it off my lap. Wipe my hands clean, take my phone back out, and I'm going to look at my pictures. And all my pictures look good, so I'm going to take the best one and delete the ones that don't look good and get rid of them. And that looks good. Everything looks good. I got my kayak is in the picture, the board is good, I can read the measurements, identifiers on there, everything looks good. So now I'm ready to release the fish back in the water nice and healthy. We're just going to take her off. Take a few photos if you want personal photos. Just like that. Whatever. And back she goes. Just like that. Now she's gone. That is the best way to do it. Now, if you're going to do a pike is a little bit different. Pike is a little bit more tricky. For pike, you might want to get out of your kayak, get on the shore, lay the board flat in your kayak, and then take your pictures. But make sure you have fish grips or some sort of a net or something to keep the fish in, so that way when you're taking your pictures, you can set it back in there healthy back in the water, look at your pictures to make sure that they're good, and then you can release the fish back. when you're all done. Lay your board this way and take your pictures this way, not like this, not upside down. You want to lay it to the bump is on the left-hand side. But you always want to make sure that the dorsal fins are facing up and that the eyes are facing up, the mouth is touching here, and that the tail's laying flat on here on the board. That's all. It's got to be all the way on the board. And that's it. I mean, it's pretty simple. If you just take your time, make sure that you got good pictures, and everything will be just fine. All right, I hope you guys got some tips from that. Just to go over some more of the tips, you know, make sure you're using one of these style hog troughs. This is what we want to switch to this year, basically because they're all the same. They're all molded from the same exact mold, so there's no fluctuation in with the numbers. Also, these troughs are fairly cheap to buy, so you don't have to spend a whole bunch of money on new troughs. I do recommend trying to secure them up and make them a little more stiffer. I have a video on that if you want to tune back and check that video out. Make sure you darken up your lines so we can see them, and then add a sticker or put another black line right here in the corner so that way we can see that the fish's lip is touching here. It just makes it easier for judging. These tourney tags, you can actually make these yourself if you don't want to buy one. Just go to Office Depot or laminate this, or you can get one of those like exhibitor tags, and you can put a bungee cord, or not a bungee, a big rubber band around that, and then slide your identifier in there, and then you got, you know, bungee it to your board like this is here. That's the best way to manage these. They don't fall off in the wind. They're good. So another tip you can do is keep your net on the left-hand side. You can't have any kind of hook or any kind of a holder or anything attached to your fish when you put it on your board to take your picture. So if you have your net there as kind of a safety, that's a good idea to do that. And the biggest thing is just take your time and review the pictures before you let the fish go. Look at your pictures before you let your fish go. That's just the biggest thing that people don't do, and they always kind of forget that step. Make sure that you can see everything. Make sure that the fish is laying good. Make sure that your identifier's in the picture. Go over a mental checklist to make sure that you have all that stuff. Even if you want to, take a magic marker and write down on the back of your board the steps that you need to have to make sure that you have a good picture. Then you got it with you all the time. You can just take a look at it and go, oh, that's right, I didn't have my identifier in the picture. Let me get it out, put it on, get the fish back up on the board with the identifier in the picture. Now you didn't just lose a fish. So I hope these tips helped you guys out. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining the Minnesota Kayak Fishing Association. We work really hard to make sure that you guys are happy and you guys are having fun. I'm going to get some more fish. And as always, remember to stay classy.